Today on the Caucus, just what is Sarah Palin's One Nation tour? A family vacation or a dry run at a presidential bid?
Sarah Palin, over the Memorial Day weekend, launched what she called her One Nation bus tour, in which she was taking herself and her family to look at and experience the nation's historical sites. It was an odd kind of a mix of family vacation in which she and her family would kind of go off and see the sites, much like any other family might do, but on the other hand, with a very political tilt to it. Here was a person riding in a big bus with a big flag, red, white, and blue, painted on the side of it, and clearly with some political overtones. This is all being run out of her political action committee, which is using the whole event to raise money. It's soliciting donations for her political action committee as she's going about each of these sites, and she's eagerly wanting to communicate this whole message of freedom and liberty, despite the fact that she doesn't want to communicate it through the traditional ways.
Pardon? Do you want the press along with you on this trip?
Well, I think I don't have a choice.
The interesting question here, from a political standpoint, is what it says about the big, looming unknown, and that is she going to run for president of the United States?
Knowing us.
What do you think the odds are that you will run?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's still, a matter of looking at the field and considering much.
And she's very much playing it coy. There's two schools of thought here. One school of thought is that she's using the interests of the media, the interests of the public, to kind of amp up her celebrity status. The flip side is it could also be a dry run for running for president of the United States. She's supposed to go up to New Hampshire. That's a big hint in and of itself. New Hampshire, of course, holds the first primary in the country. That'll be sometime early next year. She's going up there at the end of this week, just exactly at the same time that Mitt Romney, the former governor of Massachusetts, is set to go to New Hampshire and formally announce that he's running for president as well. And so there's a bit of playfulness there on Sarah Palin's part. Is she going to New Hampshire to kind of, psychologically mess with Mitt Romney because she's going to steal a little bit of his thunder? She also intends to travel to Iowa, another hint. That's, of course, the first caucus state, holds its presidential contest a few days before New Hampshire. In the meantime, she's not telling anybody. She talks a lot about freedom and liberty and the need to lower taxes, and she does things, for example, like when she got to New York, she met with Donald Trump, who of course has decided not to run for president, but is still a kind of larger-than-life character, and sort of amps up this whole question of celebrity versus politician. What is she? She's not saying, but always seems to have a smirk on her mouth, because I'm sure she knows what the answer is. She's just not letting any of us in on the secret.